Yeah! It's Uncle Jerome, the Yard Father, Jammin' Jerome. See me on the Dub C and CJ Mack show.
Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Dub C and CJ Mack show. And I usually say, you know, I got this special guest for y'all and all this stuff. I got two. Yeah, I got two this time, right? Very special guests. And they really, really close to Dub C, so I'm going to let him tell y'all who it is this time.
Look, man, I thought the two guests was me and you. We got CJ Mack and we got Dub Sizzle, you know what I'm saying? That's the two guests we got. Nah, check this out. We got special guests today. I'm thankful, I'm honored, and I appreciate them for taking time out their busy schedule to come out here and rock with your boy Dub C and your brother CJ Mack. You know what I'm saying? My homeboys, Isaiah, known as Leon on the show, and Amin, known as Uncle Jerome. Snowfall, what's happening with you?
What's up?
Yes, sir. We got the Snowfall today, man.
Absolutely.
So look, man.
Let's go.
You know, there's a couple things I want to ask y'all in particular, being that I am one of those former 80s hustlers that y'all, you know what I'm saying? You better ask somebody. Allegedly. No, Dub's always getting on me, right? But I don't care about nothing a million years ago. You know what I'm saying? No, R. Kelly said that though, didn't he? All right, my bad. But anyway, man, I want to know, man, how y'all felt about, did you feel you had to be a true representation for the street hustlers that's in L.A.?
Absolutely. I feel like, you know, taking on a role like Jerome and Leon, that's a responsibility. Yeah. You know, we putting on for a culture, you know? So I think it's a responsibility at the end of the day, and I feel like we executed that.
You know, my next question is, where are you guys from? We're going to start off with you, Isaiah. Where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. Where are you from, Amin?
I'm from New York, Harlem.
Wow.
Damn.
Harlem. Born in Queens.
That
Harlem.
right there.
Come on, baby.
That right there is something that, you know, see, I know, you know, I got a chance to work with you guys on the show, and it was an honor. But what's the trip about it is, how did, and everybody want to know, how did somebody from Atlanta and somebody from Harlem get on this show and kill them roles the way that y'all did it, man?
I'm a craftsman. Feel me? Like, I had to get my blade to it. I had to be like, listen.
So you really act?
I really do.
You
this.
really act?
I mean, we know this by now.
For sure.
We know this.
That's what I'm talking about.
We know this by now.
That's what I'm talking about.
But to be able to take my talent, my inspiration, just what burns in my belly, and to be able to put it to this California, LA, South Central, to be very specific with that takes hard work. I ain't been outside for the last 7 years. I ain't in the club popping bottles. I'm not taking trips and stuff. I'm studying. I'm studying your culture, because that's my culture. And if I'm going to be an artist of my time, I have to be able to tell the stories of my people. Yeah. And these are my people. These are our stories. So that was important to me. That meant that, you know, it was no funny business about just winging it. It meant that I had to be dedicated. It meant that I had to educate myself. It meant that I had to be in the neighborhood and meet people like yourself, CJ, and talk and get a history and a respect, so that I could then do the best job to my ability, you know?
Sure. That goes back to the question I asked you initially, man. Yeah, first of all, you guys did an excellent job.
Thank you.
Dub will tell you, I didn't even know where y'all was from. I was like, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, that's dope, you know what I mean? Yeah. You guys did do a hell of a representation, man. And like I say, I lived through those times. You know, I was in them rock houses and all that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
Allegedly.
Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I was in there, you know what I'm saying? And running them. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? At the beginning, too early. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So to see the job y'all put off and the attitudes, man, and the movements, and y'all did a hell of a job in that show, man. Straight up, man.
Appreciate it.
Great representation.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Isaiah, how did you meet John Singleton?
Man, that's a long story. I was a part of this acting group in Atlanta called AOA. This was when I was like 17. And I auditioned. It was like a competition to basically narrow down to like the top 10 actors who were competing. So I made the top 10. It was like a monologue slam. And they said, when you get to the top 10, you then will have a chance to perform in front of John Singleton. So I'm like, dope. So I get to the top 10, whatever, and we get to the point where we're supposed to meet John Singleton, and they're like, well,
They got you.
he can't come because he's trapped somewhere in the ocean on his boat.
How much
I
you
said,
spend? How much you spend?
I ain't spending nothing.
Oh, okay,
I ain't
okay.
spending nothing. But to me, it's just like
janky promoters.
I said he's trapped somewhere in a storm on his boat. I'm like, y'all could have came up with a better lie than that. What, on his boat? So I was like, all right, whatever. But they had recorded our performances and sent them over to him. And so years later, I auditioned for Snowfall, and when I get to the first table read, he walks up to me. He says, I remember your monologue from way back then. He said, I really was trapped on my boat. I said, really? I said, really?
For those who don't know, John loved his boat.
He loved his boat.
Yo, he probably was with a little fine thing or something. He was with a little something. He's like, I'm gonna get back. He was like, I'm gonna get back to you, young boy. I'm gonna get back.
Hey, man.
But it was just crazy because he said he remembered my monologue, from back then, and he was just saying like,
dope.
he remembered my performance. So it was a full circle moment for me.
That's big.
know?
That's big. So
Yeah.
my next question is, what were you guys doing before you were acting?
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I'm gonna hit you with the real one.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
that take
gonna
me
hit
back.
you with the real one.
Yeah, that take me back. I mean, I was in New York and I was trying to figure out my life, man. Trying to figure out a place to put my energy, to put my focus. Like it's very difficult as a young man to know what you want to do. It's hard. That's a hard, and a lot of times you get sidetracked, you get distracted. I was a bit mischievous coming up, got into a little trouble, but I'm not gonna lie. Acting, the art, it saved me, bro. It gave me purpose, and it gave me something to work to look forward to. It gave me something to wake up 5 a.m. like I want to do something the next day to better myself, to get better, to and just to be, this is a real communication tool for me.
What drew you into acting?
I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, it was the attention, misguided attention. Like I can make people laugh. I can make people. This might give me some ladies. This might be a good little look. I get women.
Similar to the dope
I get
game,
some
CJ.
attention.
Similar to the dope
You know what I mean?
Similar to the dope game. Huh?
I wear some flies. Yeah, like this is, but luckily I was able to get a deeper appreciation for it. I was able to see that, it's more than the superficial. Because truthfully, if you're looking at the superficial, the game will get rid of you so quick.
Yeah.
Because the game is like, I see you. You fickle. You just about exterior things.
Right.
But as you start honing your once I started building my craft like a weapon, like I know that I'm good at this. I know that I have a story to tell and that I'm impactful. Then you realize, that's God given.
That's dope.
That's a different blessing.
What 9 to 5? You guys ever had a 9 to 5?
100%.
I did a lot of bartending.
Bartending?
I was never really a 9 to 5 guy.
So
if that
bartending. So
makes
you were dealing with
sense.
people though.
Huh?
You were dealing with people.
Yeah.
What about you, Isaiah? What about you?
I worked at a few restaurants and a janitor job.
Dealing
right
with
before-
people?
Yeah, dealing with people. Dealing with people.
You have to deal with people doing the janitor job.
Yes, you do.
You get rolled by
Look,
itself.
I'm over here mopping floors.
When I heard
and the dudes I went to high school with.
when I heard restaurant,
He was dealing with
I said
mops.
dealing with people. He do
dealing
the
with
janitor
mops.
shit in at the end.
He was dealing with mops.
The dudes I went to high school with, they seeing me mop the floors like, aren't you supposed to be acting? I'm like, I'm trying, I'm getting it.
Well, that's dope when you got people that push you like that. So now I like what you're saying about really, really learning how to hone in and get into these characters, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. First of all, I want to know how long does it take you guys to get out of character?
Some dudes you see, they start playing the role and then they running around here acting like they the role.
Yeah.
Very similar to what you saying, Dub, as far as like, I don't know, where I grew up, it was like studio gangster, like people that put on a role. I actually, as a grown man, I feel I'm remiss that a lot of our hip hop artists that otherwise are beautiful men that have something to give, have a voice, have a talent to share, but they may lean into an identity that isn't of their own design.
Right.
To make money, to make their family better position, but not know the line, and that they don't have somebody to check them and be like, look, bro, that is not who you are. It's okay to be who you are. It's okay to pivot. It's okay to transcend something, and that you don't have to live. Now, for my people that are that live that, then that's the beauty of your truth. Yeah. But for the people that aren't, you know, you need to know how to get into a role and get out of it. Absolutely. And that's part of the course as a professional actor. Yeah. Isaiah, that is the job.
Isaiah, we talked about this before, and I know that you had some struggles at one point. You know, being a little bit more aggressive at home and doing things like that. So what was your check system? Was it who had to check you and tell you, hey, man, like, what are you doing? You ain't at the job right now. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, like, my family. For me, I booked the show when I was 20 years old. So I didn't have as much life experience to know better, to, you know what I'm saying, to compartmentalize work and reality. And I'm still figuring myself out as a man. I'm 20 years old. Like, I ain't even 21. I ain't even old enough to drink yet legally. So It's like doing the research and meeting Dub to help me get into this character, like going back to Atlanta and being out here in LA. I was in LA the whole season back by myself. You know, so I'm a young man, like had a whole culture shock, financial shock, career shock, all happened at once. I'm like, bro, like this is a whole new life.
Wow.
So coming back home from that, it was a little different because I'm like, I'm used to a certain lifestyle out here in LA, acting a certain way. Like I'm portraying this character 3-4 days out of the week. And then when I'm not portraying this character, I'm trying to figure out ways and talk to certain people to better my performance and be more authentic with this character, the mindset. So it's hard to shut that off immediately.
It's real LA shit. Sorry about that, man.
Nah. It's hard to cut that off at such a young age when I don't have much life experience to really pivot and to know better or different. So it took some time for me to be able to compartmentalize this character and who Isaiah is outside of this character, because I wasn't out here wilding, you know, but the mental effect that it had on me was like the paranoia, I'm always looking on I never used to look over my shoulder like that. I'm looking over my shoulder.
How do you prepare yourself to get into that role? What do you do? Aim it. Aim it. Yours. Aim it.
For me,
Uncle Jerome.
For Unc, listen, man. Like I said, I'm one of the storytellers of my time, bro, and I dedicate my life to this. I love this, and this is to tell the story of. You know what I mean? My mother was just telling me a story the other day. Like, my mother went to a segregated school. I was like, word, Ma? Like, she in South Carolina. Her graduating class was the last class that before integration. Like,
wow.
My mom is born in 1947. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy, Ma. Like, sometimes things feel so far off, because it didn't happen, you know, within your lifetime. Yeah. Feels like it's ancient. Yeah. But yo, she went through her whole school without it being integrated. You feel me? Wow. Who's the bearer of that story? Who's gonna tell the story of South Central and the hustlers that were here, the family people that were here, the community, the society at large, the stuff that was wrong, the ills that happened to people, what crack cocaine did to our community. I knew what it did to Harlem, but I had no idea how it affected here. We live in these little silos and don't realize that we one people here in the United States as black people, right?
Wow.
So we don't, you know, so the crafting Uncle Jerome is crafting, first I'm gonna age him up a little bit, because I'm a young fly nigga.
Speak on it. Let your nuts hang.
I'ma make sure that he got the roots of the South. I'm gonna make sure he got some Texas, some Louisiana,
a lot of us from over in LA,
some Alabama.
A lot of family members from Louisiana,
you feel me?
Texas.
Because there was a great migration that happened that came here to Los Angeles. So he might not have the twang that somebody that was born here. Like Leon may have. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So these were the things, the music influence. He's not gonna be influenced by 80s music.
He gonna more have that late 60s, early 70s vibe.
Stylistics.
Yeah. You feel me? He gonna have that vibe to him. You feel me?
Blue Magic.
He gonna have a different pistol. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna have an automatic like them. I need that trusty. I need that trusty 38. That 38 is good. You, that 44. That 44 is.
I love it.
The 44 is. You feel me? Like it's all of those. That's the specificity of shaping a character, plus a little bit of my own. You know that's why I get paid the money. I ain't gonna tell you that part.
Hey now.
But that's the stuff.
I was waiting for you to tell the secret.
That's the
I'm
beautiful
glad you
part.
did.
You can't get all of the kernels.
Hey now.
Yeah, but nah, that's the beauty of this craft. Absolutely. That a young man I could watch Isaiah do that, and I'm doing that, and then we can collaborate.
Right.
Share notes and be like, yo, this is how we gonna form this bond. And we did that with the entire cast. We got Damson. Damson Idris is from Peckham, UK.
Mm-hmm. You know I know.
Come on. And that bro, I know you know.
He doing his thing.
We brought it together, and like I said, we didn't give you no distractions.
Right.
You know, we didn't give you no distractions.
We cared about the work.
Ain't none of us
cared about the work.
in the news for doing some silly.
Yep.
Ain't none of us. Ain't none of us.
Yeah.
Like you
That's
understand
important,
me?
man.
It's 7
That's
years with a
important,
dude.
man.
He's 20.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Damson was 23.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like these are young men. These are monuments for the culture. These are examples. You
Yeah.
feel me?
And
because
it's-
they was about their work.
You know, that's real important. Even preparing for these roles, like you say, you had to hang out in the hoods, you had to hang out in the streets and meet people from here.
Yeah.
Man, that influence can really take you out of the game, man, because you run into the wrong cat around here.
We seen it.
And it's lights out. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
just like me going to New York or me going to Atlanta and I'm young and I don't know nothing. I hook up with the wrong dude. You know, it could be a wrap for my career.
Yeah.
So that's very important that you guys was able to stick together like that, man. I think that's dope.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they had Dub letting them know, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
we gonna get into that.
Y'all want to talk about that?
100%.
Break. We gonna talk about
Y'all want to talk about that?
Hey now.
Go ahead, take us to break.
We'll be back, y'all. This is Dub C, CJ Mack Show. Y'all know what it is. Peace.
Sir.
We got work for sale.
We got West Side tees.
We got work for sale.
We got hoodies like this.
We got work for sale.
We got work for sale.
We got work for sale.
We got merch for sale.
Where at?
DubC and CJMac.com.
Get it.
Get it. You can't open B-boy shit.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the DubC and CJ Mac Show with our very talented guests from the Snowfall cast, Amin Joseph and Isaiah John, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. We was getting into some stuff about, you know, who also help coach things around here and keep everybody right. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, how did y'all feel about meeting this guy, DubC, for the first time?
Man.
This nigga here.
Man, my first conversation with Dub, I was in my hotel. This was before my first day of filming. And the first day of filming was that scene when I was on the bus cussing out the old white man for telling me to turn down the radio.
Right.
And so me and Dub going from, I'm talking about line for line, like he's like, all right, say it like this, say it like this. I'm all right, cool. He said, nah, you got it. And he was like, look, if you ever have a question, you call my phone. He said, if I don't answer, that means either I'm asleep or I'm fucking. But he said, I'm gonna call you back. He said, I'm gonna call you back. I said, all right, bet. And ever since then, man, Dub is my
Real
guy,
talk.
man. Dub is my guy. Dub is my guy.
Real talk.
We'll be on set, man. And when I wasn't feeling confident in my performance, because I had them days. I had a lot of them days where I'm like, I don't feel like I was in my pocket today, or I wasn't like, did I bail right today, or what? Was my chest up today? You know, like just thinking about like that. But he was always around the corner to give me that validation that I needed in that moment.
See,
you
y'all
know?
can act. Y'all can act y'all ass off. All y'all. Angela, everybody. I mean, like I said, when I say I was blessed to work with such a talented group, this cast is incredible, you guys. And
Thank you.
Real talk. When I remember when I first met Amin on set, he was by the weight bench. And he was out there and he wanted to say, God damn, I said, they got a real one out here. All right. And John was like, this is Amin, blah, blah, blah. And I walked up to him, he was like, what's up, OG? He said, what's up? I got it down? I said, you got it down. And I saw he had that kind of like that New York, that bell to him, that New York walk. And I was like, just Keep it up. And we discussed a few other things, but, you know, it just felt good to see how you guys took notes and you guys applied that to your acting skills. I tell you all the time, they wouldn't have hired you guys if you guys couldn't act. Yeah. And a lot of times we get mad and, you know, and we're selfish because we see a story being made about our culture and we want, you know, actors from the soil to play the roles. There's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to acting, and John Singleton himself wouldn't have said, hey, along with the rest of the producers and everybody, I want you guys for this role. If he didn't think, the great John Singleton, if he didn't think that you guys could pull this off, and I'm proud of you guys, man. I wanted to say that, you know, I wanted to let the world know that I'm proud of you guys for pulling it off and doing your thing, man. And, you know, we got our certain secrets, little, you know, codes of way of getting the best out of you guys. But, you know, to see you guys do what you did, hey, man.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
I mean, I hear you, Dub. I hear you, B. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know about all that.
Talk to me.
I don't know. Listen, if you're gonna be great, you're gonna have a coach. Mm-hmm. I seen dudes like, we don't need a coach. Shut up. Mm-hmm. Greatness follow greatness. Mm-hmm. You get the ability to get somebody that's from the soil. I know I'm great. I'm good. But when I get to collaborate with somebody that care about their culture, I get to collaborate with somebody that already rep for their culture. This a no-brainer. You putting me in the bonus. And Dub is selling himself short here because he's talking about mannerisms and he's talking about the way that in which we enhance performance. Let's go psychologically. To get into the mind of someone that was raised here, someone that has had meteoric success here, someone that is respected in his own city, that is gracious enough in his time, traveling all over the world, performing, doing all other type of business ventures, that will pick up the phone. Yo, OG, I don't know. This don't really sound right to me. This right here doesn't sound right.
Oh, man.
Let's just keep it. Let's keep it. I called Dub. Like, yo, Dub, I don't know about this scene right here, man, because this is how we talk. What's up? What's up? You got it? What's up? Nah, man. Yo, they wrote something here. You know we fuck with them, but this right here don't seem like what I would say, and it don't got that on it. It don't got that that Uncle Jerome shit. Though, yo. All right, let me look at it. I'm gonna hit you back. Less than 5 minutes later. Oh. Teach your man how to squabble. That'll work.
Yeah. That's crazy. I remember that too. I remember that line.
Hey, bro.
Hey,
we used to say that back in the days, right?
Hey, bro. He was like, yo, you used to say squabble back in the days. I was like, that tasty. I can see myself
He killed it.
Putting hammers on him, putting hammers on a nigga with that. Talk to him while we. But that's collaboration, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's collaboration. That is Dub has been way more than Dub is a consulting producer for us. Dub knows when to get in and get out, and truthfully, he's been doing this on more than just Snowfall. Yep. He did that with Straight Outta Compton. Yep. He's done that with other productions, and he won't tout himself as being a producer and being a liaison to the culture for the West Coast, but that's what he is. Yep. And I can speak for Damson, I can speak for Isaiah, I can speak for myself, Angela included, to say that anything that we would do that has to do with anything LA culture, we would always go to him because we have a shorthand with him. He's always professional with it. And that's what you need to be able to tell our stories. It's okay to be a good actor, but no good actor just gets it. You need to have a team. And he's the type of teammate that you can collaborate with. Period.
I appreciate and accept that.
Period.
Yeah, I always.
Period.
No, for real though.
No, we've never really. We bounce around it. We play around it. But there's a problem when we don't go to people that are experts in our culture. Yeah. And our culture is important to us. Yeah. It's important.
Message
is important. So I don't care what the production is.
Right.
I don't care what you think you're doing. Come to this man because he's gonna make your production better.
We get him right.
He's a producer.
We get him right.
Like you said, we ain't an acting coach. We ain't a dialect coach.
Yeah, it was like dialect coach.
He's a producer.
You call me a dialect coach?
He's a producer. Yeah. Because specificity, getting it right, is important.
Yep.
I've been blessed though. Like I said,
That's
been
it,
blessed with the talent to
That's
get you
it.
guys there. Look, so something else that I want to talk about is you directing out here.
Come on.
How many episodes of Snowfall you directed, or
They
did
gave
I
me- they gave
hear
me one,
you
They
directed?
put one in the bag, but we got the. I mean, what do you think? I feel like we got like one of the best episodes of Snowfall. I feel like 608.
It's a
You know,
powerful- that's
we
a
talking
powerful
about
episode. A lot
high
happens.
stakes.
Yeah.
We talking about the worlds colliding.
Yep.
And they made the mistake and put me at the helm.
Wait, we don't give up too much. Y'all gotta tune in for this season right here, season 6.
Hold up, man. I'm a fan, man. I want to hear more about this 608.
One thing I'm gonna say about 608 is, and I always give this man his flowers because I would not have had some of the monumental performances that I've had on this show if it wasn't for him. So I'm gonna always give him his credit. Even with working with him as a director, he gets me. Him, I can have. I read a scene. I'm like, all right, this is my version of the scene, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how this played out in my head. I read the scene. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna play it like this. I'm gonna tell Amin what I'm not gonna do, and then that's just what it is. As soon as I get on set, I didn't even get a chance to even say what I wasn't gonna do in the scene. He said, "Nah, this is what you're gonna do, and you're gonna give it to me." I'm like,
All right.
but he's not, and we're gonna be here until you give me what I want. All right, you know what? Cool. You gonna call me out like that? Bet. Say less. It was that big brother, little brother.
For those who don't know,
murdered that, though.
For those who don't know, if you never been on a set when Amin is directing,
It's a party.
he got the radio out. Hey y'all, he got the radio out. It's a party. He got the music
sure.
bumping, blasting.
For sure.
He make everybody feel comfortable, and he pull it out you.
Yeah.
Straight up, dude.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. What do that remind me of, though? You feel me? Like,
Of what?
am I pulling from? I'm pulling from
John Singleton. John Singleton.
I'm pulling from my
great.
big bro.
Absolutely.
My big bro with me.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
So it had to feel good.
Yeah.
It had to feel right.
Yeah.
And that's a key too. That's a key too. We gotta pull from our ancestors, man.
Absolutely.
We too many times trying to reinvent the wheel. There's already a pathway to greatness. We've seen it already.
Yeah.
Let's take heed of it.
Yeah.
I heard that he really, really had a way of pushing everybody on set, man, and acting for
100%.
him, man. Even like in the auditions or what have you, man. I heard
He
John Singleton was really, really good.
required greatness from everybody. Like, it don't matter what your position was on set, whether you part of crew or an actor, he required greatness.
Why you over there laughing? Why you over there laughing, man? Why you laughing, Amin?
You know I'm laughing. Yo, the first day, right? The first day that I'm with John, we on set. Now, remember, we done went out, we done went to eat, we done had table reads, I done had plenty casting sessions. It took a few sessions for me to book the role. So I done seen John about, a handful of times already. Cordial. Yeah, man, I know people that, because people doing the Hollywood stuff, they calling in for me. Hell, he's a good dude. He's really talented. You're going to love him. Boom. He's like, yeah, he's good. We'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see if we get the role, right? I end up getting the role. Boom. First day, we on set. We done had rehearsals. We done had all type of stuff. First day on set, I got the fishnet on. First time really feeling the wig. You know what I mean? Fucking clothespins and what are them shits called?
Bobby pins.
Bobby pins. Them shits is I gotta get this right. We gonna have to use something other than them pins, brother. This shit fucking me up. So I'm like, I'm over here, you know how we all over the side. I mean, in the beginning, you saying your lines to yourself. John come over. Hey, you see them niggas over there? This they hood.
Yeah.
They want to see who representing them. I know you a New York nigga and all that. But this our shit. So, what you gonna do? So I'm looking at this nigga like, nigga, you gonna come to me with this shit now? I'm just about to go on set, bro. You feel me? You could have came to me days ago and said, yo, I would like to make sure you're authentic. Nah, nigga. He wanted that moment. He wanted to snatch.
He had to go.
And I looked at this motherfucker, I said, go back to Video Village and just watch. And by lunchtime, his own niggas from the Video Village was like, yo, that nigga right there.
Yeah, he the one.
But what I loved about that moment is, again, you're gonna have somebody represent your shit.
Yep.
You want somebody to do it with authenticity. You want somebody that's gonna take advantage of you. You want somebody that's gonna take it serious. Not somebody that, oh, I got it. Oh, like I took that and I said, yo, this man has a story that he wants to tell. John Singleton has wanted to tell this story for a very long time.
Yeah.
You know how many iterations, you know how many years, you know how much preparation it takes for a show to get on television?
Yep.
You know how many people have bought in? You know how many multi-millions of dollars have gone into that?
Yep.
And now you here in this moment, and this is something that means something to him, his community that he still lives in, that he still works out of. Come on, bro.
You know what? I want to say this. It does mean a lot, man. You're very correct in saying that because, like I said earlier in the show, me coming from that era, I was on y'all I was on y'all with a microscope. Dub would tell you, I was borderline hating in the beginning, right? I was like, okay. And I can tell you a couple things I had a problem with if you want to hear, but not. We can let
Go
it
ahead. Get it out.
Acting was so great. I saw your character. And then he talked me off the ledge. Also, right? And then I said, wow, this show is amazing, man. You know what I mean? Like, you guys really did represent it, man.
Man, we on season 6.
Oh, yeah. No,
No, I'm not knocking you.
Yeah.
I see things sometimes, and you guys know this. Man, we would have wore it like this, or we would have done this, we would have done that. Where's this, where's that? But sometimes things slide through the crack to where we don't really trip off of it, and somebody might notice it. The real ones might notice, that's not exactly how that would have been, but at the same time, it's a representation of, of the real thing. So it's there.
And when art imitates life, truthfully, in the business world, you need a disconnect. Because kind of toward what you were saying earlier, if you don't have that disconnect, things could get real.
Right.
Really real.
Yeah.
Things could get real. Yeah. The blessing is that Isaiah and I can play these characters and still exist in Los Angeles and not be food.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I respect the disconnect.
Yeah.
I respect the grace that the city gives me
Absolutely.
to playing somewhat what the real ones
Right.
did.
Right.
It is not what the real ones did.
But you know what though? It was damn close, bro.
You feel
For
me?
real. It was damn close enough to get my respect, especially like I said, you guys acting, man. It was on point, bro. Straight up, man. And like you said, with him, we would talk about certain things or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we talk about certain things, and like it's parts of the things. Or he might ask me, "Hey, man, what was this? And I'll be like, blah, blah, blah. We've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was blessed enough last season
To get in.
Doug brought me in to help
Come
out,
on,
and I got a
let's
chance to
talk
talk
about
to
it.
you. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
got a chance to talk to you, got a chance to talk to you. And let me say this. In season 5, no, I gotta give myself some props. Right?
ahead.
Dub and I wrote a song for the little dude that was on the roof.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And man, when I see you come in and the way you played that, I was like, oh, he was mad as a motherfucker about that. It was just so dope, man. And the way you took it and just made your own thing with the way you felt about the song being played and everything. You know, when you went in the other room, you was playing it by yourself, rewound it. I said, man, that dude is cold, man.
Thank
I
you,
said, that
bro.
dude is cold, man.
Thank you.
So yeah, man, like
But it's
you know,
all those layers, and I'm glad that the producers, that FX, that Snowfall, Dave Andron, we got Tommy Shlamy, Julie DeJoy, we got so many people.
What up, Tommy?
What up, Tommy?
What up, Tommy? What up, Dave?
We have so many people, Walter Mosley,
Yep.
that help us with it, but then that they are gracious enough, open enough to bring y'all in,
Yep.
to give us some more authenticity and know that that's needed, to know that that's Janine Daniels.
Janine.
yeah, what up, Jane?
All the writing, all the writers for Snowfall, and the producers, and because you have to be open to do that. A lot of people want to tell their story within a vacuum, within their own little silo, and have no credibility. Just tell a farce, a fairy tale. And I'm not saying that at the end of the day that Snowfall isn't an embellishment, isn't a dramatization. It is, but we try to infuse it with enough of the reality that was going on there, enough to suspend the audience disbelief and to be entertained as well,
Yeah, I love it because we don't get many shows that represent us on this side of the world anyway.
Facts.
Right? From the West Coast, straight up. We don't get too much representation. So like I said, y'all did a hell of a job. It was great. It became my favorite show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My favorite street show. Like, I'm gonna call it a street show, but it was much more than that because it's more complex than that. But it was my favorite show that represents where I'm from and the era that I moved around in. So hats off, man. We're gonna go to a quick break before we wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in to the Dub C and CJ Mack show. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
We got work for sale.
We got West Side tees.
We got work for sale.
We got hoodies like this.
We got work for sale.
We got work for sale.
We got work for sale.
We got merch for sale.
Where at?
DubC and CJMac.com.
Get it.
Get it? You can't open B-boy shit.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Dub C and CJ Mack show. Once again, I am Dub C.
And I am CJ Mack.
Check this out.
And I am Unc.
And who are you?
And I am Leon,
Only on the Dub C CJ Mack show. I appreciate you guys coming out here and sharing your talents on this platform right here. Me and CJ always want to make sure that whenever we got a chance to sit down with artists, we got a chance to give them their flowers. Anybody come on our show, we try to show a broader side of the positive things they're doing, opposed to, just talking about, what they got going on or whatnot and everything. But a lot of times we see artists or actors or whatever, we see people and we know them from that hit record or what we normally see them, what we seen them on recently. We used to seeing you with that wig on, man. And a lot of people don't know that
They be like, yo, put the wig on, yo, bro. Anytime I see you, had a wig on.
I know you
for
get
me.
that. I know you get people looking at you like, I know you from somewhere when they see you walking through the malls or whatever. But let's talk about some of the shows. I got a chance to, to know from talking to you and seeing some of the movies and some of the other features that you was in. You done some with Sylvester Stallone back in the days, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot of action stuff. I take it back to the Zane's Chronicles. I mean, I've done so much. I've had a really beautiful career of doing things that are, shows like Transparent or action stuff like G.I. Joe or Expendables or
Speak on it.
Comedy stuff like Baywatch and Dope and it's just a long career of doing cool stuff that inspires me, and I'll continue after Snowfall just doing stuff that I love, that, you know, stories that mean something to me, where I can take a character and paint a picture that, you know, elevates us, move our culture forward, move the discussion forward about art, about how we evolve as people. Like, that's what I'm really, really about. And Snowfall is a part of that, man. It's a part of that bound volume of I can put that on the shelf and say, you know what, I gave my all to Snowfall.
Absolutely.
I really did. My brother, I know that he gave his all. We stay up nights talking about what did this show mean.
Yep. Talking about scenes.
Whether we get no accolades, this ain't about accolades. This is about beginning, middle, and end. We finish something. You see what I'm saying? Completion. You feel me? That's the God hour right there. So, yeah.
It's all good, man. So you've been in quite a few features and shows before Snowfall. You know, he been doing this. He ain't new to this. Also, too, with you, Isaiah, it's a couple of films. I saw you on the film on television.
Yeah, it's a film called All Day and the Night. It's on Netflix.
There we go.
That was a real fun
There
film.
we go. So you've been doing this as well.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's talk about what we can expect for season 6 before we get out of here. You know, I know y'all not gonna give us all the goods, but what can we expect?
All I'm gonna say is season 6, everyone did their absolute thing on the show with performances. I feel like he said, it's not about the accolades. It's about, you know, it's about our own individual careers and our paths, and this is something that is a part of our history now that we can be proud of forever. No matter if anybody give us our flowers, we can be proud of what we did because we killed it. We killed it. I will put any performance from this season up against any performance of any show out right now, and we killed it. 100%. 100%.
You know what? I think we end
100%.
on that note.
100%.
Snowfall, February 22nd.
Yeah.
Season 6
Absolutely.
kicks off. I can't wait to see it, and I know y'all can't wait to see it either. Thank you for tuning in to the Dub C and CJ Mack Show. I am CJ Mack.
I am Dub C.
And we've been here with
I'm
Amin Joseph and Isaiah John.
Hey, Louis!
Thank y'all. Let's go. Season 6. Snowfall, baby. John Singleton.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
John Singleton.
Absolutely.
Love.